All right. How do I sound to you? I sound like I'm...
You sound good to me. How do I
Okay.
sound?
You sound like you're in
Tunnel.
a big room, which we are. You know what I mean? It's like we don't have anything behind you to block.
I
But
mean, there is
I
a
think
little bit of difference, but I don't think it's that
it
much
shouldn't
of
be
a
too bad,
difference.
but
But
it's
then
fine.
I'm not listening for that,
It
listening for
actually
your voice.
sounds pretty good.
Okay.
That's good. All
I
right.
mean, this is really open.
It is, but people, I mean, I don't know. This is how you see a lot of podcasts are like in a room. I don't know how they...
Yeah.
So, well, I'll just have to deal with it. All right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terri.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terri.
And it's a little weird because I'm kind of used to...
Looking at me?
Yeah, we're in kind of
I
a
can
different...
turn a little bit. Does that help?
Yeah, it's fine. No, it's just me. I'm kind of
Okay,
set
well,
up
you
a
can
little
still
differently.
hear me, can't you?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
We're doing a little different. We are... actually, we're just going to say it. We're actually taping this on New Year's Eve. Just going to say it. Even though who knows, I might switch this around and put it on.
Yeah, whenever.
on Monday,
who
but,
knows what it'll come around.
So we're actually doing it New Year's Eve, and we're just kind of...
Just to make sure we're ahead a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have some other ones planned this week. Hopefully it all
works out, but it hasn't worked out so far, so
we'll just we're kind of playing this one by ear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a lot to throw out there. So I was hoping...
You don't?
I don't.
You're hoping I have some
I don't
kind
have
of
a
nice
lot.
little story or something?
Yeah, maybe there's something that we can
I talk about my anxiety, but I might offend people.
The thing that I want to... yeah. The thing that I want to bring up, though, is we went out to eat, and we're sitting in a booth, really where you're coming down an Eden Park. We're at Eden Park, and we're in like right when you come in. We're only like a table or two from the main entrance. You know what I mean? We're like right there.
Right before you turn in.
Yeah, and Terri starts choking, but she's not choking per se. I wouldn't say it was choking.
No, I swallowed and it scratched my throat, whatever was it in there, like the bacon or something went across my...
And you've had a cold.
I've had a cold, and I just had gotten rid of it for 4 or 5 days, and then it came back.
Right.
And I more or less just had an itchy throat that day. And then when I swallowed, I started coughing, and he said, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, just like I needed a bottle brush to go down my throat, and I couldn't get it." I drank a whole cup of water, and the girl gave me another cup of water before it went away.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm eating, and I'm asking, "Are you okay?" I'm asking, and this lady comes down because she says, "Yeah," and I'm eating my sandwich, and Terry's coughing up a lung in the meantime. And the lady stops. I think she had a little girl with her.
And she said, "Are you
okay? And I'm thinking to myself, she's looking at me like I'm this bad person. I'm eating my sandwich. And then she's choking up, coughing up a lung. But I had asked her, and you said it's not per se choking.
It wasn't that I wasn't getting air. It was that something scratched my throat, and I could not get the itchy, and I could not control the coughing because it's scratching in my throat. And then when I would cough, it would scratch. Then I would try to gulp water to try and get it to go down or to quit itching. And it just took quite a while for the itch to go out so I could quit coughing.
Yeah, and I just felt like she was going to whip you out of the booth, do the Heimlich, but it wasn't a choking situation. It was an itchy throat, coughing. It's like it's not stuck, but it feels like, right? Is that
I can't eat celery apparently when I have the itchy throat.
Apparently not.
Because I did it then again at RJ and Lauren's watching the kids, and I could feel that. I could feel it was like a celery. You know how the celery has the long hairs on it? I could feel it. Like every time I coughed, I could feel it touching something and irritating it all over again. And I was like, oh no. And I had to run to the bathroom there because
You pee your pants.
Yeah. I was like coughing so hard. And every time I would drink or cough, that I could feel it, that little piece of celery, the long string just hanging there, just scratching away. And I was like, I shouldn't eat celery. I didn't remember. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it was. I felt really bad. I mean, because this lady's. I mean, she didn't say anything, but other than, "Are you sure you're okay?"
And I'm like,
I was like, "She's okay." As I'm
yeah,
eating
because
my
I
sandwich.
was coughing for what 5-10 minutes. I don't know.
It was a timely thing.
And I was trying to drink water in between, trying to swallow so that I would quit coughing, but it just wasn't helping.
It wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then that happened again we were watching the kids yesterday, and you were eating what?
Celery.
Celery, of course.
It was celery.
Again.
No, that was celery. I don't know what it was
For
at
Eden
Eden
Park. That's
Park.
what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
it was bacon.
You think it was the bacon that was
Or
choking
something. Yeah, there was bacon on my sandwich or something. And I'm thinking, well, maybe a little piece of bacon, you know how it's crispy, maybe got out of the sandwich that didn't get totally chewed up or something, and it hit the back of my throat. And
So so we're upstairs. We're actually in our living room doing this. It might sound a little different as we're trying.
we're hoping to get people over here to do some things we've been planning for months.
You think you
but
do
we
it,
can't get people here all at the same time.
and you think you do it on a day where no one's working, but that didn't work.
No, you have to go back to
I
work.
have to go
That's
back
the
to
day
work.
they're
Everybody
coming.
goes, except for the kids. Everybody else goes back to work, and then they're off.
Are they still off?
I think they're off Thursday and Friday.
Are they off till Monday?
Yeah. So Zach and Sarah, we're hoping will be here, as we're going to do a chip challenge and an MRE.
No, I thought they wanted to surprise people with what that was.
What's that?
The MRE. We weren't supposed to say
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh. Well, it doesn't matter because this is going to be on afterwards anyway.
Okay.
More than likely. But
Okay.
But anyway, we'll see how things go. But so that's all I got. We good?
Yeah, that's our life in a nutshell. Besides, we tried to help the kids out with the kids. We tried to help RJ and Lauren. We planned, they're both going to get 8 hours of sleep. We're going to keep the kids overnight. So we planned this nice, well, we're going to, and Ron had a surprise to unveil them that he went overboard for Christmas, and he bought them, what is that called? It's a little Jeep.
ride-on.
It's a little
electric
ride-on
battery operated
car. But it's blue and it has big wheels, so we called it
Flynn's monster truck.
Yeah. And he did like it, although he was half asleep when he got here, I think, from getting out of the car.
I think so. He's still too young for it, which I know now. Should have.
Well, I think they go to Kennywood and stuff a lot, and he doesn't have to steer in them rides. The one that he had to steer on, remember, she said he was holding up the whole ride.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and he only did that once.
Right.
So, I mean, I think he will get it. He
no,
doesn't want to steer, but he likes to push the gas pedal and he likes to go fast. But Beckett screamed and wanted out right away because he pushed the gas and then he let off it real quick and it stopped. And Beckett's like, let me out of here till he learns how to drive this thing.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, he put his arms up like, get me out.
Yeah,
it was funny.
He must lost his nose on that.
But we got a picture of him in it and stuff, and it was fun. And then we were doing great, really. Beckett wanted chased early and fell and bit his lip, and then cried himself to sleep too early. So we knew, oh crap, he's going to be up at 5 a.m. So we're trying to get Fenn to go to sleep. Finally, I went and laid down so that if Beckett got up early, I would be able to get up. And 11:55.
Yeah, I finally got him to sleep after watching Finding Nemo.
Little Nemo, yeah.
And he woke up about 11:30, looked at me. We had tried to make a bed here on the living room floor. And he looked at me and he smiled. And then he laid his head on my chest and then just lost it. He started crying and he started breathing. Had the croup again, and
it was 11:55 when I got up, and he was having a panic attack on top of crouping, and it just sounded like I don't know. It sounded like something. I mean, he was panicking and because he couldn't breathe, and I think what happened whenever he laid that back down, he must have started to fall asleep, and then he knew it was coming on him. And he was looking at you and like, Mommy takes care of this.
I think
he got panicked because I'm at Grandma and Grandpa's and Mommy takes care of this.
Yeah.
And he just kind of panicked because he wasn't any place. And, of course, we did not have any medicine.
No, which ruined everything we've tried to do for the kids to keep them home. And we took him outside. They say the cold air, and it does. It works instantly.
The cold air. I told him when I heard him having the panic attack, I said, just wrap him in a blanket and take him outside, which immediately put him kind of into shock from the cold air. The cold air got into his lungs, and he immediately quit panicking anyhow.
Yeah.
Which was, so we did good there. And then I texted Lauren, I said, well, I'm not so worried because he's not breathing as bad as he used to breathe, but he had a panic attack in it, and that scared me more than, the actual, because you can hear that he is getting air, even though it's rough. You can hear it, you can hear the asthmatic, the whistle, the breathing is not right. You can hear it, but you could tell there was air going through there. And like other times, you can't tell if there's air going through there at all.
Yeah, the first time we had it before, I think it was before surgery, right?
Yeah, it was in April.
For me.
And you never heard it when it was so bad because I didn't think that was that bad.
No, the one that before. We went to the
April. In April when you went to the hospital.
This one wasn't as bad at all because he fell back asleep, and I went downstairs because it's cooler downstairs. So I was able to set up downstairs, and then she finally got here about 12:30 or something, or 1, somewhere in there. But he was already sleeping, so we didn't have to do. But I think once he got the medicine, he woke back up, he got a little fussy around 4. And, but yeah, I mean, all the great ideas that we thought we had to kind of help them out and give them a rest didn't really work out because she ended up coming back, having to stay the night. And then she took him back fairly early Sunday, which is kind of a surprise around lunchtime. I understand what she was trying to do, though, is just in case.
Yeah, get him to lay down and
get a nap.
Rest.
They were getting a nap in the car. She took kind of a
make
long
sure
way.
They went to sleep early that night so that if he was going to do it again. Yeah.
And thankfully he didn't.
Yeah.
So that turned out to be a good night for him because he didn't have it again, which was a good thing. We didn't have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
If there's a silver lining.
His one in November, he went to the doctor, but not the hospital. He went to the Children's Express.
Right.
But they waited till the next morning. So he is getting enough air that he doesn't have to go to the emergency room.
Yeah.
But
it's still,
But it's still, is it worth all the surgery and everything they put the kid through in July? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, they're not going into the emergency room, so their bills aren't as high, but he's only had 2 attacks this whole fall. And last year, right after Beckett was born, they had 3 emergency room visits in 4 days when he had RSV, and nothing worked on that. He could not breathe. They gave him steroids. They gave him inhalers. They gave him nebular treatments. They gave him, and the one time he was 18 hours in the ER.
Yeah. So that was our weekend. And then Monday we had they were fine. Kids were great.
And we went and watched them.
So here we are, getting ready for the watch the ball drop.
Yeah.
If we even make it.
Who knows? Or we'll probably movie watch or binge watch something like we've been doing.
We binged watch, and let's talk about that because let's talk about one of our favorite shows, becoming one of my favorite shows. Is
Purple thing.
Yeah, we watched Virgin River, and they finally had season 6 drop, and it was, if you haven't seen season 6, we can't really don't want to give a lot away, but man,
it was good.
It's good, and it just keeps getting better. And they say there's a season 7; they're already getting ready to film. So we binged watched that.
I just hope we don't have to wait another year and a half.
Looks like we're gonna have to watch wait a year. That's what it seems like. What else did we watch? A movie. What was that movie we just watched? Oh, Hot Frosty.
Hot Frosty. It was kind of cheesy.
A snowman comes to life.
It was cheesy.
It was really cheesy.
It didn't really say what happened at the end. Did he become human?
Yeah, he became human. Yeah. Hot Frosty became human because I don't know why. But he didn't have a shirt on most of the time. He did have a nice. I mean, he was ripped. I mean, he was a.
I didn't think he was that cute. Everyone
No,
thought he
I didn't
was
say.
that
I didn't say he was
adorable.
cute. I just said he was ripped. His
Yeah.
body was.
Yeah, he had
the
some
6-pack
abs,
and he had all that. But Hot Frosty. You're looking for a really cheesy,
Christmas
goofy movie. That
Yeah,
was
it was
it.
very cheesy and goofy.
Then we finished watching. It was a UK version of Love Is Blind on Netflix. Which just, I mean, it's one of those shows where these people meet people. They're in a room. They can't see them. So you're connecting on just a voice. You know, you're just kind of
A voice and what you
them,
talk about.
talking about things. So, how many couples were supposedly going to
Was
get
it
married?
6? Yeah.
I think 6 couples,
And 4 of them did, didn't
4 did. And then when they got to the reunion show, I think I want to say only 1 was together. 2. No, there was 2.
One was
There was
trying to
2.
get a baby, and one was together.
The Benaya, I can't remember. Is it that's his name, Benaya?
And hers, Nicole.
Nicole. And then
They were still together and planning to travel.
yes.
And
And then the other one where the mother wasn't really sure, you know, she was very controlling.
they were
still
they were
together
trying
and
to they
have
wanted a baby.
So,
Yeah.
and then the other
Were
one,
they the only ones that
that
were
was
still
it because
together?
the other one
Well,
we
because
thought
3 of them did not get married at the altar, said no, right?
there was 2 that said no.
I don't know. We don't want to tell too much. If
Yeah,
people
well,
wanna
no one's
watch
watching it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're watching Love Is
They're just
Blind,
stuff,
especially the UK. And it's tough to listen.
Yeah, you have to listen
The-
real hard
the-
to follow.
Yeah, their accent is fantastic, but it's hard to
Follow when
follow.
they're all talking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tough. But I mean, so we finished that. You know, Man on the Inside has a 2nd season. That's a great show too. That was really fun
Yeah, we like
to watch. That's Ted Danson. So just giving you some things. If you're winners, you know, here's winter. You're kind of cooped in the house, and not that we want you to watch TV all the time. Would rather you listen to a podcast, if you don't mind. You know,
I don't know. I can't say anything.
I know.
I
I
don't.
know.
I used to listen to your radio show when I was at work.
Well, you were at
and I
work.
used
It's
to-
different when you're
And
with
now
kids.
I'm just, well, what do I do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
You have other obligations.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and here's something we'll talk about. If you were going to consider living abroad, so you're going to live
Someplace
somewhere else, right? You're going to live across the ocean. Is there a place that, did we talk about this? I don't know if we did or not.
No, we talked about vacations.
Yeah,
where
this is
people would
actually
wanna go
people
for
moving.
vacations.
Like people are considering moving abroad to see more of the world in their golden years.
In their golden years.
Yes. So this is actually
Because
our age.
I know, like Zach's one friend from college got married right after he was done before Zach, moved to California, and they both got jobs. Wasn't it in London?
I want to say London, yeah.
And
or
they
Japan.
moved
Was it
London?
Japan?
No, London, and they moved to London. And he texted him and
Oh,
said,
Zach.
"Hey,
Yeah.
we just got to California, and we get jobs in London. We're moving to London." And I mean, they're younger. I mean, and get out of college. Why not go
Yep.
see some of the world while you have no kids and while you're living there? I mean, when you're over in Europe, everything seems to be close. You can take, weekend trips or a week off here and a week off there and see things that are closer that are going to not cost you as much to travel to while you're living over there. If you took 2 years over there, working over there, you could probably see all the things you wanted to over in that, within small flights.
Small area.
I don't know how expensive they are to fly from one to the other
I
right
don't
now,
know.
but
I don't know. I wouldn't think it. I think it would be probably.
I mean, because you'd have your passport and stuff for working over there, so.
Might be a lot like state to state. Might not be that much.
Yeah, I
might be
mean,
cheaper. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
So here are some of the options if you're considering they're actually appealing to people. They're giving you some options of where you might want to go in your golden years. Is there a country that you have ever thought would be interesting?
I wouldn't mind seeing Italy. Different. I mean, all the ones I named for vacations.
Italy's on here.
Italy, yeah, but I mean, there's different parts of Italy that seem more appealing to me than others. Like I like the like Tuscany, like the country like part.
Mm-hmm.
maybe more than like, I don't know, a lot of people like Rome and, I don't know.
Well, this is interesting because they actually, when you go through this, and I will tell you, this is the first time I've actually reading this because I didn't go over any. We were busy today. Got to see my mom. We were going to go look into dresses, but we'll talk about that later on. But so I really haven't really looked at this, but this is kind of interesting because it says one of the first ones on here is Costa Rica, and they say the reason the healthcare is among the best in the world
in Costa
Rica. They say
is that because they eat healthier there?
That's what I'm wondering. He said it's fantastic for those who enjoy outdoor lifestyles, and there are nice tax incentives for foreign nationals. The slower paced culture can be a turnoff when it comes to how you're used to doing things. But to me, I mean, the slowdown wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Then there's France. Now, I haven't really thought about France as a place to want to go, but they say there are social benefits. It's a 35-hour work week if you're still considering work. So it's a lot, you're 5 hours shorter.
5 hours shorter.
Healthcare, holidays, and economic stability. However, taxes, they say, are high, and there can be a serious language barrier if you don't speak French, which none of these countries would help me because I don't speak the language. I'd have to learn the language before I go. Wouldn't mind learning Italian.
My friend from Michigan, she was always learning a language to go with her husband.
I bet she's got multiple. I bet she can talk multiple languages.
I know. Yeah. I mean, she was,
Germany is another place if you're
I know
thinking about moving.
They lived in Germany, so I'm sure she knows some German. They lived in Paris.
So they lived in France.
And they lived in Philippines.
Okay.
And they lived in Kuwait.
Yeah, Kuwait.
And but they were in a gated community while they were in Kuwait. And I'm trying to think where else. I mean, her second daughter was born while they lived in Germany. And
Germany is great for families.
And then they lived in Italy this last time. So.
Thanks to educational system and childcare benefits. It doesn't have 24-hour life cycles such as drugstores and pharmacies that some people are used to, especially here. Most businesses are closed on Sundays, and the bureaucracy can be maddening in Germany. And then there's Italy. You just mentioned Italy. It's friendly. The healthcare is good. There's tons to see, which would be true.
Yeah, I mean, one of our friends, childhood friends, went with her to pack up her apartment when they were about done and ship it back home just so that she could go see some sights with her. And, that's great that, you can do that for someone. They didn't have to pay for a hotel. All she had to do is get there,
Well, not only that, not only there's a lot to do, but to eat.
Yeah.
I think the food would be amazing there.
Mm-hmm.
However, employment isn't widely available. English isn't widely spoken. And you'll definitely need a lawyer to maneuver the legal process, whatever that might mean in Italy. In Mexico, it's easy to settle in. I don't know about Mexico. I've heard a lot of... they say it's a thriving social scene. They say it's affordable and laid back. Recently, however, there's been a pushback from locals against people coming into the country, which is true with other destinations as well. So a lot of people are not maybe as welcoming.
And a lot of people don't like Americans, remember?
Yeah.
Because we have more freedoms than they do, and they think that we're more liberal than most of us are. I mean, there are some that are very liberal here, but I don't think over half of the population is liberal here.
I don't know.
I mean, if you talk to people, I mean,
it's hard to say when you look at the way people voted. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
65. What is it?
I mean, maybe we were going liberal, and then they said, "Hey, this isn't working," because people changed this year. But I don't know.
Panama, the Netherlands. It's great for active lifestyles, got a strong educational system. It is pricier than other European countries, though the tax rate is very high in the Netherlands. Panama, they say it's great weather year-round,
That's
fantastic beach.
Panama. I think they were.
Cosmopolitan hubs in Panama. The tax and investments structure for most Americans might be complicated since there's no tax treaty between the two countries. So Panama might be a place to... You're looking to go to another place to live. Portugal is gaining a lot of popularity. It's extremely affordable, great weather, healthcare, great quality of life. However, there's been some rent spikes. So the cost of
Do
renting.
you remember where RJ said one of his friends just moved?
Yeah, I was trying to think.
I want to say Finland.
I think it is. I want to say Finland, but I don't know for sure. I have to ask him. They said that the rent spikes have driven out longtime residents of some communities, and there's been a resulting expat backlash as a result. Singapore is a place that people want to go. They say it's a thriving investment financial hub. It's very humid and expensive, though. But the food scene and nightlife is really abundant there.
See,
and
we're
finally,
not into nightlife.
No, we're
Maybe
not.
the food scene, but not the nightlife.
No, we're just not. That's not us.
We've never been really nightlife people. I mean, I didn't. When we were younger, I didn't mind going out
You
dancing
danced.
with the girls
Yeah.
or something. But
You came home and danced for me.
oh, did I?
Don't remember?
Yeah.
It was great.
But you didn't.
Oh, that
ever
was my
go with
dreams.
me.
I'm sorry, that was in my dreams.
But you never. I mean, you.
No, you
Ron-
went with the girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you were not a big nightlight person.
And finally, there's Spain. Did you mention Spain? I thought you
I
might
think
have.
I did. Yeah.
Great city, small towns, quality universal health care, fantastic food. Cons include a job market that might be a problem, and English is less spoken outside of the major cities. So if you're thinking about, considering living abroad, there's some countries you may or may not be interested in. I don't know.
I just think, like his friend and his wife, they had that opportunity and they went for
and they
it.
took,
And hopefully they'll stay there a few years and get to see everything they want over there. And then maybe then they'll be ready to settle down and have kids.
maybe come back here.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I don't know how you would have kids like over there. Who do you trust with your kids? And the education system's different than if they move back here at some point in life. You don't know if you're ahead or behind, or you know what I mean. It just, to me, that would be a hard transition.
Yeah. You wonder
Unless you plan on staying there your whole life. You know,
you were talking about your friend that traveled all over the world.
she homeschooled her kids.
She did homeschool the kids, and you wonder, how does that affect them? We'd have to ask. Does that affect the kids with all this moving around? And even though you get to have this, what would some people would say?
Oh, it was a wonderful life. I
because
mean,
you got to see all these beautiful places.
how would you like to be 5 and live in Germany, and 7 and live in Paris, and 10 and live in the Philippines?
I don't know if you'd really think about it because you're that young. You wouldn't even think about it.
They don't realize. I don't know if they realize how good of an education they got by living there, because you got to see whole different cultures in person.
True.
And it's totally different living there and experiencing it than I think it would be to read it in a book.
Question is, does a 10-year-old take that all in? And I just don't know that they do.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I know now, like when I think about family and we get together, when I was young, I probably took that for granted.
Yeah, because you
thinking
had,
he was gonna
9
be
cousins
there.
right in town, and you just...
And we'd all get together during holidays and we'd see each other other times. But, you kind of take, because you're young, you think, oh, this could go on forever. And we all know that it doesn't. And so when you look back on it, as I'm getting older, I'm thinking, man, I wish I'd have just taken a little more time to just soak it all in. Does that make sense? Even when our kids were young, okay, we were young too, because we had kids young. We were both early 20s. I was 20 when I had RJ, and I think with all the stuff that I was doing and going through and trying to work 2 jobs and the radio station, and I feel like I didn't enjoy the kids.
And then you got home, and I had them packed up and ready to go to Nana's house.
Yeah, if we were going somewhere.
Yeah, Tuesday or Thursday we went to one Nana's. Friday or Saturday we went to the other Nana's. Sunday we went to see my mom and dad and your mom and dad. Every week they saw every grandma in town. And I made it a point to do that because I moved here when I was 12. I was in 6th grade, and I really missed my grandma. I only had one grandma where I was raised.
Right.
And she sat and played cards with each and every one of us grandkids at some point, sometimes 4 of us around the table. But my Saturday mornings I was too young to bowl yet, and my mom got the other kids out of bed and they went to the bowling alley. And when I woke up, I got myself a bowl of cereal and called my grandma, and she came and got me, and I did whatever was on her schedule for that Saturday. Sometimes it was cleaning duplexes or homes that they rented out, and other times we just went to her house and played cards until they were done bowling, and then we all had lunch and went home.
But anyway, I just feel like I didn't.
You don't.
I don't think I soaked all that in with the kids.
See, where I did, I feel like I did. I quit my job when I got pregnant the second time because I wanted to not miss out on my kids.
Well, I don't know that I wouldn't say missed out. I just feel like I maybe could have
rushed
done
through
more.
it. Yeah,
you kind of rushed through. Yeah, you kind of rushed through it.
We used to lay that back there and play ball in that back room.
Yeah,
you guys made up games.
Maybe I just
am
overthinking it, and I don't know.
And look, Anthony has said things on Facebook that, he wanted to be a dad, a hands-on dad like you. So really, and I remember him saying,
I don't know.
Our kids were so lucky because they had two dads because Uncle Jeff was here a lot. And Uncle Jeff would stop by and play wiffle ball with us in the yard. And our kids were very fortunate. They had a lot. They had 4 grandparents here in town. They had aunts and uncles here in town. They did have a lot.
I think for me now, I'm just soaking it all in with Fenn because he's so young, and Beckett, and trying to just soak that all in because in time they'll have their friends and it might be different. And I think I said to him yesterday, I was holding him. I said, I'm just going to squeeze you. I said, because someday you might not want Grandpa to squeeze you. And he goes, yeah, I will. But, he's only 3. But I said, I'm just going to squeeze you and love on you. And he just kind of laughed. And I think that's what I'm just trying to, soak it all in.
Yeah, because he's going to get to an age where that's not cool to hug me in front of my friends.
The other downer is, and this sounds like a downer, but the other downer, you just don't, you're not promised tomorrow. So you want to just kind of enjoy them, through the good and the bad, and just kind of, because you just don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, and you want to make memories.
And make sure that they know that you wanted to be there for them. Or you want to be there with them.
I forget who we were talking about this. It might have been at work. Might have been Diane. I don't know. And I think she was saying he's so young. Would he remember her if, because he's so young. And, and I instantly went to my dad. Now my kids RJ was older. So he knew.
RJ was middle school age.
He knew, Dad wasn't there anymore. Nathan,
I think Nathan was in 6th grade and he was in 7th. He was in 8th grade or something. So they were 6th and 8th grade.
Zachary was 5 or 6.
Zachary was in kindergarten when he passed, wasn't he? Because he was in preschool when none of Mickey went.
I'm pretty sure.
So he was in kindergarten. So he was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the other ones were 12 and 14 when they went. So 6th grade. 6th or 7th and 8th or 9th grade when he went.
So they were in an age that
they knew
him.
Knew. Yeah, they.
I mean, even Zachary had 5, 6 years with him, but I think no matter how old they are, there's gonna be
We should ask Jared if he remembers him. I don't know if
Jared
even remembers. He would have been a toddler.
Yeah, he'd have been young, but I think I think
he's 4 years younger than Zachary.
Yeah, he is. So. But anyway, okay, so that's
so he might not really remember Pa.
Maybe not. I don't know. I bet it'd be interesting to ask because you always wonder. Like, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can remember when I was a baby." I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember nothing. To be honest, I can't remember what happened an hour ago. But anyway, okay. So when we come back, I got 2 subjects. I don't know if how much longer we're going to go, but one of them is a new job that maybe Terry's always got long fingernails. She might be perfect for this job. Make
I don't have long fingernails anymore.
Maybe make $130 an hour.
Oh, wow.
With this job. And then we'll finish up with some middle class luxuries. Some things that are worth splurging for when you're in the middle class. So we'll finish up with that. So we'll come right back. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card.
What do you think of our dress?
I mean, that wasn't, that's called a, what is that called?
I don't know.
That's a Sono Bello. We're actually watching TV as we're doing our,
what she had on it first.
I know
it was like a
one,
beige.
there it is right there. Mm-hmm. What is that, a plum?
Yeah, no, I think it's more beige.
See, does that Sono Bello work? Because see how it's getting rid of all the fat?
I don't know.
I don't know, babe. What do you think? We're watching these people that had
it done.
Sono Bello. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so how would you like to be one of the scratcher girls, Terry? Make $130 an hour for back scratching. It's actually become a huge profession.
Back scratching? I do have long enough nails for that. You don't really need real long nails.
Not really. No, you don't really need long nails. It's founded by Tony George, the world's first professional back scratching studio that offers relaxation therapy. Apparently, it's gained a lot of popularity.
So do they have to go to school to learn how to scratch the right way?
It doesn't really say. The service involves light scratching and trace movements on the back, limbs, scalp, and even the inside of the ears.
Ew.
Which
I don't want to stick my fingers in someone's ear.
Pull out some earwax.
Ew.
That'd be delicious. Which George describes as both relaxing and euphoric. Back scratching has always been a passion, she says.
Oh, my brother used to love me to scratch his back. Gary used to say, Terri, bring them fingernails over and scratch my back.
She said one night she had this idea of back scratching service, and she wondered if others would pay for it like she would. She now charges up to $130 an hour for these soothing sessions, and it's in Florida, but apparently it's growing so popular that she actually and a team travel to cities like New York, Los Angeles, San Diego, Philadelphia to meet client demand using her 3-inch long manicured nails.
I don't have.
So you don't have that. No. She claims that the process helps release endorphins like serotonin and even balance energy fields. And they find that clients experience deep relaxation. They say some of these people with these, when they're back scratching, they actually fall asleep during the sessions. It's a lot like massage. I think if you're getting a really good
back scratch,
depending on the massage, sometimes they can get a point on you. and make you like, oh, because they'll find one of those knots.
Yeah.
You know, they can always find the knots.
Rub it out.
And
Yeah.
they rub it. Oh, they were rubbing it out all right. So I don't know, maybe $130 an hour to be a back scratcher. I think you should grow your nails out.
Well, I've been trying.
Okay.
They don't grow anymore.
They don't grow?
They slit in, yeah.
But you've been taking that,
I know. I've been taking all kinds
What's
of
that
crap
stuff
and
called?
it doesn't. But collagen, biotin, I've tried it all. It doesn't help my nails.
yeah, it
Hair,
seems-
skin, and nails. I took
Hair,
that for
skin,
a
and
while
nails,
and it
yeah.
didn't seem to help my nails.
That's because it's all like that rag we see on our Facebook every time we playing a game and it goes to a commercial and it says it rubs out scratches on a car.
Yeah.
And and you were thinking,
Nano something.
yeah, nano something, and it doesn't work.
You've seen.
They did a it doesn't work segment
Okay.
on one of the news stations, and they
You
tried
need
it on.
They need to do
light
it on the air
scratches,
pump and on different curlers and different, that facelift thing they need to do it on.
Yeah.
Does it really work?
Yeah, does it work? Does this kind? We need to do more of that.
Sorabella, they need to throw it on that.
Well, maybe we should do a podcast on it, and you should do it.
Yeah,
We'll
but it
use
costs
you
you
as a-
some good money.
Well, but we'll know.
I'm sure it's $1,000
tell-
or more. Do you
tell-
really want to put that much into it?
Yeah, why not? If it helps. What if it
But
makes
what
a
if
huge?
it doesn't?
What if it makes a huge difference?
And if it doesn't make a huge difference,
well,
and
then
you
can tell
wasted
people it doesn't
$1,000,
work.
you really want to waste $1,000 to find out?
I think it would work. I think it really does work. I don't know why, but I do.
You think because you don't have to go through it.
Maybe I will. I've got a belly. I can get rid of
you
my
don't have
fat.
like that.
I got a big old belly.
You do not.
That's big and.
You're so funny. You don't have a belly or a butt.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I don't have a butt. So these are some middle class luxuries that people are saying is worth the splurge. And although I am trying to save money, Christmas is over.
Oh, you
it's time
spent money
yeah,
over
way-
Christmas.
Way overdid.
We
it.
weren't buying gifts for each other, so you bought a gift, so I bought a gift for you. And you gave it to me early, so that.
But I thought my gifts, I did pretty good this year.
Oh, you did do pretty good
on
this
my
year.
gifts. I usually don't. I don't do great, but I thought a couple gifts, I did pretty good. I think.
Yeah, you did.
The hair, it wasn't $500, but the hair curling, whatever that thing is,
It's a straightening iron.
straightening, but it had.
It
was-
has the air in it, so you
I mean,
can curl it. Use it as a
It was
curling
$100,
iron.
but I mean it works.
As a curling iron and then it's
So-
straightening iron.
So if we're gonna do, does it work? That one, and I can't remember how you pronounce
Eon
it.
or something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these ones that have 5 stars, and that was up there. Of course, you have the Dyson. It's
That's
like
new. It
$500
just came up.
or
Is
$1,000.
it really expensive?
I think it is.
That one just came out.
So people are sticking to their budgets, but some small indulgences. That's how you say that. Indulgences are totally worth some splurge. So they asked, what are some middle class luxuries that are worth it? And a lot of people, 2,000 responses came out. I'm not going to read all 2,000. But here are some of the most often repeated. Generally speaking, hiring professionals who can do jobs faster and better than you. And this is where I've been lately. Handyman, cleaner, removal people. In an hour, they can do what would take me a whole day, and the results are much better quality. And this is where I will say I'm getting older and thinking, I'm not good at it. I'm not talented. I can't build a wall. You'd think it'd be simple, but for some reason, for me, it's like an engine of a
We've
car.
redone the wall in our driveway
I didn't do that.
twice.
That was
now.
Ralph, because he's talented and can do that stuff.
But it's crumbling again. I'm
Well,
really
that's not
upset
Ralph.
that the
That's
blocks are
not the-
crumbling.
that's
I
the
don't
blocks.
understand. I don't.
The blocks were very old, and apparently the salt or whatever for the winter just made them crumble. But that wasn't him.
There's only one place though, but it's not. Yeah.
There's actually 2 places.
And it's all the way at the bottom, so you have to take all of them down to replace it. It's going to be fun.
Well, you'd have to buy a whole new. I don't even think they sell that block,
I know.
so that doesn't help. Spare things. Example: a pair of sunglasses in your car, and your spouse's car. Which Terry does have sunglasses, I think.
I don't know if I put them back in your truck. I'll
I'm
have
not
to
sure.
look.
People splurging on phone charging cord in your car, in your bag, and in your house.
Yeah,
That is
I have
true.
the extra phone.
You got to have
charge.
the extra cords. Setting the thermostat at whatever temperature you want without worrying about it. Well, that's not, I don't really do that. I kind of set it and we keep it there. I can't remember what we do. Is it 70? I think it's 70 in the winter.
69.
78 in the summer. You'd think it'd be the opposite. And we do 78 in the
Summer.
in the wintertime, in the summertime. Hiring movers. We used to move everything ourselves with the help of family and friends, but we hired movers the last time. And not that we have a lot of money for it, but I will never go back to doing it myself. And moving is tough. I don't know if I'd want to move from our house.
We've been here our whole lives.
There's
So.
too much crap in this house. A garage fridge, having that second freezer for groceries and a fridge to keep the drinks from stealing all your fridge space is a life changer. We have had 2 refrigerators
For quite a while.
and it does make a difference, especially when
And we've had a freezer for quite a while.
we've had the freezer, but the
That
refrigerator,
was one of the first things I asked for.
refrigerator makes a huge difference. Yeah, my dad and mom
Gave it to us
that.
for Christmas one year, and we've gotten deer ever since then. I mean,
Yeah.
we like having the deer meat in the freezer.
We having that second refrigerator does make a difference, especially when you're like cooking. You have a lot of things that you need to put in the refrigerator.
When
It does
we have
make a huge
picnics
difference.
in the summer, it comes in handy. And it used to come in handy for Christmas dinner and Thanksgiving
did,
and stuff,
yeah.
which we don't do any
Well,
of that
if we're
anymore.
if we're still making it early, it still makes a difference because you
Yeah.
can put it downstairs. A high quality mattress and bedding. You spend a third of your life in bed, so it's worth every penny to make sure you're comfortable and getting a good sound sleep. Terry and I are still sloshing around on Terry's waterbed,
Yep.
getting
That
seasick.
was
every
my
now and then.
graduation present.
And it's still
for high
how many
school.
mattresses we've been through? 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Getting house cleaners every 2 weeks is the best money I've ever spent for the last 10 years. These are people that are, just maybe they're working 2 jobs. I don't know. Sometimes you got to
Or
have
if
that.
you're working long hours on one job.
Now, this one you will agree with. And this is something we have not had until recently. And that is a luxury called heated car seats.
Yes.
When you don't have
we have
them,
2 now.
yeah, when
and
you don't
I
have
love
them,
'em. Especially when my back's hurting me. I want to take them and put them on my bed so I could sleep all night on them.
they do. They make you feel it's just
This
so
winter has
relaxing.
had some really cold days, and to get in and put that car seat warmer on and you have your butt warm all the way to Pittsburgh, it's nice.
It is nice, especially they say if you commute to work, which your work is 30 minutes. So it's
more than 30
sometimes
minutes
more.
usually.
So-
Most of the time, more.
And I'll tell you the other thing that, again, we've never had. We only have it in one car, and how it got in the truck, I'm not sure. But a heated steering wheel is a huge difference.
Oh, I wish I had that.
Yes, we don't have it in the CRV, but we do have it in the truck. And I didn't think I would like it, but I gotta be on a cold day. It makes
really
a
nice.
huge difference when your butt's warm and your hands are warm.
You
You
can
can
just
go right to sleep.
yeah.
That's why you need one of them self-driving cars.
I know.
That's what we need to do. We need to get a self-driving car. An audio system for your TV. Once you get one, you can't go back. I used to do the sound bar. I used to do all that. And I'll be honest with you, it's just not something that I'm into anymore. It's like TVs now have pretty decent speakers. I don't need the whole theater experience. Do you?
No.
I mean, at one time maybe, but we don't. It's when you're watching Hot Frosty.
I mean, you used to have the
I did. I had speakers all over the place. And it just,
and yeah.
you're watching Hot Frosty. You're not really
They were
worried
big
about the
and
sound
bulky
effects.
and in the way when you did it.
Some other luxuries the middle class are kind of spending their money on. Bidets.
We've talked about bidets
We have
on
talked
this
about it
show.
because Matt has one, and we actually used one on vacation with the kids, and it was interesting. I haven't gotten there yet, but it does make
a difference.
it's
I think
kind of
on your
enjoyable.
colonoscopy night it would help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you
Absolutely.
could put the pressure down more so it doesn't feel like an ice pick on your butt. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you don't want it so strong that it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. Another one that I will say yes to this. It's made my life a little easier is a robot vacuum. I love
Your robot
now that it's
vacuum.
working properly
again.
now. And it picks up, man. Every time I use that thing, it picks up some dirt. This last time it was
Full.
really full, and I'm not
Well,
sure.
the kids were here eating
Yeah, that's
cookies
right.
around
The
the
kids
house
were
and
eating
stuff.
cookies all over the house. And finally, paying for no ad streaming, which means like if you're doing Netflix, you're not paying for it. But to be honest with you, it's cheaper, and the ads aren't that bad.
Mm.
You get used to it.
And if you could take the ads off of Facebook and your gaming, that would be the
Yeah, that's true.
best.
Yeah. Okay, so this goes along, and I forgot I asked this question, and it goes along with people wanting to maybe move abroad. So I asked this question online. I forgot about it till just now. If you could live in any other country for a year, all expenses covered for that year, where would you go? So now think about it. You're going 1 year, all expenses are paid.
Well, if they would pay for little side trips too, that'd be great.
Well, we're just talking about one place, all expenses.
Okay, so you have to pay for your own side trips.
Yes. But remember, all the expenses are paid.
Someplace in Europe, so you could go see every place in Europe you want.
Alan said Iceland or Alaska. There's the two that he'd like
See,
to go
now
to.
Alaska, you couldn't see anything but up there. You know what I mean?
Annette says Italy.
And that would be
That
a
was
good
one of
one.
your ones.
Because what? Germany, everything's right over there. I mean, you could take little side trips. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
And it wouldn't be as expensive as going from here, right?
Right. Matt says Bermuda. I'd like to go to Bermuda.
For a whole year.
Kim says Paris. Barbados. Joe says Barbados. I'd like to go to Barbados. Ocean, beach. Sounds pretty good to me,
I
too.
wouldn't mind going any place tropical for a whole year.
Carla said Italy, of course. And Marcus said France. He would go to France. So those are some of the places that
And I think Marcus
mentioned.
has probably been there before. I know Marcus has traveled quite a bit.
So that was one of the I don't think here's the other one. You want to hear the other one?
Yeah.
Question I had? What's stopping you from having the best body of your life?
Food, exercise.
Danielle, food.
Exercise, food and exercise mainly.
And then Chrissy said samesies, food. It's a lot of it. Heather said motivation.
Motivation, exercise. I mean, you got to get an exercise plan. You got to stick with it.
Brad's down in Florida. He answered Brad. I went to school with Brad.
Okay, that one.
And he said laziness.
Laziness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe says, "Who's saying I don't?" I did say that. Rawr, you know. Matt said candy. Sherry said stress, which is just that's a horrible thing. It is. It'll do horrible things to your body because not only do you have stress, but you want to eat when you're stressed. So it kind of all works together. Joey said tacos and beer. And Brandy said terrible spine. So yeah, it's that question really got a lot of good response. I wish I could come up
terrible
with more.
spine. I'll tell you, I have had 3 back surgeries, and the more the exercise, find the right exercise program for your back,
Yes.
and it will help your spine.
You've got to find the right program for you, though.
Yeah, something you can do.
Low impact, right?
Low impact, a lot of stretching.
Yeah.
Your physical therapies. The physical therapist should have some exercises that help your back.
Right.
And if you would just start with them and start 3 or 4 and do them every day, your back would start feeling better, and then you'll be able to do more and more.
Well, this is coming from a person that's had 3 back surgeries.
In the first one, I shrank over 1 inch on my left side, had to wear a lift in my shoe,
Yep.
and could not straighten my left leg when I sat on the floor all the way.
Yeah.
I could not straighten it. It took me a year to be able to straighten my leg and sit with my legs flat, stretched out.
You would agree, though, that the right kind of stretching would be important too, right?
Yeah.
Because that all kind of works together, right?
Yeah. There's certain yoga stretches that really help.
And strengthening your core.
And strengthening your core. Yeah.
And again, you have to be careful because, a lot of people want to do sit-ups. Now there are like low
and
impact
Pilates
sit-ups.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And certain ones of those will hurt your lower back if it's not strong enough to take them.
Right, you've got to build up to
You
some of
have
that
to,
stuff.
yeah.
So,
You can't just, if you've got spine problems of any kind, you need to check with someone before you just start into some of that.
Be very careful. Spine, it's
But some low stretches, and especially the things they have you do right after a back surgery, you should continue to do forever.
Yeah, for sure. And it's worked for you. Here you are.
And now
I've
bought another program, and I was feeling much stronger until I parked the truck too close to the thing and couldn't get out and twisted. And now I've been having a few issues with that, but I've still been exercising through it too.
No, you have. You've been pushing it through it for sure. So, but anyway, hey, thanks so much. I'm going to try and get some more good questions. If you have any, Terri, if you have a question that I'd like to ask online, please write it down so I can put it on there, because that one really, the body thing really seemed to. I wanted to ask the question, like, when do you start taking down your Christmas decorations? Is it right away? Is it January 1st? Like some people do.
We do.
And we do.
Ours go up the day after Thanksgiving, and they come down January 1st.
Yep. So I just wonder, like, how many people. When do they start like having that stuff disappear? Some people keep a tree up and they decorate it for every holiday.
I mean, a lot of people put Easter eggs on it for Easter and stuff like
Valentine's Day, they put the hearts on it.
Yeah, I mean, you could. If you have like a thin pencil tree like ours, that would work. Especially if you had like a bigger kitchen to put it in the corner, or a dining room that was real big that you could put it in the corner.
Yeah.
Then you could maybe,
Right.
Then you could, easily go from our snowflakes, or you could go Christmas decorations to snowflakes, right into hearts for Valentine's Day, right into Easter eggs for Easter, and then do flowers or something for spring.
Yep.
And then do
the
4th of July flags,
right?
red, white, and blue
Memorial
for 4th of July.
And
Memorial Day and 4th of July have red, white, and blue and flags and, whatever you wanted to decorate it, red, white, and blue.
So that might be the next question is, when do you start taking down the
Christmas
decorations? So thanks so much for listening. Don't forget, every Monday we have a new episode, and please subscribe and also like if you're able to do that, depending on what you listen to us on. You can also text us, and you can also leave a message on Speakpipe if you'd like to, and we'll put you on the air. And if you answer the questions, I will put your name out there. First name only. I won't put your last name out there, but we appreciate all the answers for sure. So thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and X at Just Talking Out Loud. And, have a great evening and a great whatever else, because we are out.
Okay. Have a great week.
I'm sorry, Terri, we have the TV on. So Terri is locked onto the TV. You want to try that again?
No, I didn't.
If I say, okay, we're out.
Have a great week. I don't know what I was distracted by, because I've seen this, but is this the one they have the guy? This isn't the one I think it is. That's why.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.